These 5 works are landmark in that they show the evolution of de Kooning, going from an artist who's still absorbing ideas to an artist who really defines the New York school. Allan Stone didn't have a traditional beginning as a collector. He actually was a lawyer by trade until his hobby got in the way of his day job. The first artwork he ever acquired was actually at Phillips Andover Academy. For $250, he bought a work by Willem de Kooning. That very first de Kooning began his entire career collecting. De Kooning came to New York City, actually as a stowaway on a ship. He started to get his feet wet in the downtown scene in the early 1930s. 1935, FDR founded the WPA under the Federal Arts Project. De Kooning and all the other artists in Manhattan at the time suddenly found themselves with around $20 a week in their pocket working on these murals around the city. There are 2 works in this collection that belong to this WPA moment, both from 1939. This is actually when de Kooning was working on the Hall of Pharmacy mural project. Looking at photographs of this mural, you can really see the forms, the ovular heads, the rectangular sort of abstract Mondrian-inspired elements in that mural that are also in the study from 1939, a work on paper. The canvas from 1939, while retaining those organic bodily shapes, also is very reminiscent of Mondrian's work, and even Picasso's. You have a very strong Cubist sense of structure and line. So we jump all the way from 1939 to 1948. De Kooning and Franz Klein go to Bowery Street, and instead of stressing about the cost of materials, they buy 2 cans each of 5-gallon black enamel and white enamel house paint. Just everyday, every man's paint. He's using his enamel paint on paper and masonite and cardboard. Some people have actually said that these are the most beautiful paintings of the 20th century. Boudoir from 1950 is really the masterpiece of this group for me. It's an abstract work in one sense, and in another, entirely figurative. Boudoir, in a way, contains all of the elements in the previous 3 paintings, anthropomorphic forms of the body combined with the strong, structured lines of the 1948 paintings. Really a synthesis of the last 12 years of his work in the studio. It's an incredibly vibrant painting that connects this moment between the 1948 black and white pictures and his series of women that would occupy him for the next few years and put de Kooning on the international map. Itinerant Chapel is a very poignant work to be the last of these 5. This really encapsulates the biography of de Kooning, having traveled from Rotterdam to New York City and ultimately moving out to the East End of Long Island where he would paint for the rest of his life. These 5 works really show de Kooning coming into his own.